Hello and welcome. My name is Rita. This is the beginning of Google Sheets tutorial series, and I'm going to be doing these tutorials from beginner down to advanced and even building a dashboard. It's really important to note that for you to access Google Sheets, you need to have a Google account. And just in case you don't know how to create a Google account, I've done a video on that, a detailed tutorial on how to go about it. It's currently on your screen right now, and I'll also be linking it in the description. So just go ahead and watch the video so you'll be on the same pace. Now, you can access Google Sheets by using the Google apps. So right now I am on my Chrome browser. If I click on this icon right here, it is showing Google Apps. So once I click on that and I scroll down, I'll be able to access Sheets right here. Still on these Google Apps, I'll be able to see Google Drive right here, and then I can click on this and go to New. Right here is Google Sheets. Clicking on this alone will automatically create a blank spreadsheet. But if I want a template, if I click on this arrow, I'll have these two options, either to create a spreadsheet from a template or using a blank spreadsheet. On a new tab, just type sheets.new, enter, and it automatically creates a blank spreadsheet. I've showed you how you can access Google Sheets, and there are also ways where you can create a sheet. Number one is using a pre-existing template. Already I showed you that you can access Google Sheets from your Google Drive. So let's do that again. Go to New, Google Sheets, click on the arrow by Google Sheets and click from a template. Now we can see there are a lot of templates that we can use to create a spreadsheet, from monthly budget, to-do list, annual budget, calendars. There's just a whole lot, travel planner, wedding planner, a whole lot of, from invoice, weekly, timesheet, financial statement, purchase order, analytic dashboard, project management sheets right here, education, using gradebook, assignment tracker, attendance. There are just a whole lot of templates you can actually choose from. And if you don't want to choose any template, that's completely fine. You can create a blank spreadsheet by clicking on this to create a blank spreadsheet. So let's look at the monthly budget, what it looks like. So this is the spreadsheet for monthly budget, and as you can see, it has two sheets right here. One is a summary and one is the transactions. The summary of this dashboard is showing the charts. The visualization is appealing. You'll be able to quickly know whether you're on the good side, your budget is doing well, or your deficit, your expenses is way more than your income. So all of these things actually help to plan, and it's something that I also incorporate in my life. I've always used Google Sheets to do a lot of budgets, monthly, wedding budget, and a whole lot of things like that. So it's definitely something you should also consider doing, because it's going to help you to plan your personal finances. The second way of creating a spreadsheet is actually creating a blank spreadsheet, and there are various ways of doing that, as I showed earlier. If you click on New on Google Drive and go to Google Sheets, if you just click on it, it's going to create a blank spreadsheet for us. By clicking on this, we can rename it and give it a proper name and basically work on this. We have a sheet, no template to do whatever we want to do. And the next way of creating a sheet is actually to import data. Before we import data, there's one very important thing to do. So on your Google Drive, go to settings right here and click on settings. and then make sure convert uploads is checked. This convert uploaded files to Google Docs editor format. For example, you are trying to upload a Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word document, you're trying to import it into Sheets. It's really important for you to check this so that the format is compatible with this when it's uploading. So always ensure you do that. So this is already checked. I'll just click on done, and I can go ahead to import my data. So this is the blank document that was created earlier. So if I go to file and click on import, I'll be able to import from my drive, from shared with me, from recent documents or upload. So I'm trying to access this from my computer, and so I will click on upload and select a file from your device to navigate to where that folder has been saved. So that is in my downloads folder, and it's called YouTube example, and this is it here, the file extension showing that is a spreadsheet. And then I'm just going to click on open. Now if you look at the import location, there are options here. It's saying you can create a new spreadsheet, you can insert a new sheet, or you can replace the spreadsheet. So I have this blank spreadsheet, so the option is either I can replace it with this new data that I'm trying to import, I can create a new sheet so that I have two sheets in my workbook, or I create a new spreadsheet entirely. So I want to replace this blank spreadsheet with this new data I'm trying to import. So I'll go with this option and click on import data. Now our spreadsheet has this data nicely imported, and I'll just go ahead and rename it by clicking on that and then changing it to example sheet. So a workbook consists of so many spreadsheets. So for example, this is a workbook, but it has just one spreadsheet. By clicking on this plus icon that says add sheet, we're able to add as many spreadsheets as possible, all in this particular workbook. And to rename the sheet, we can just come here, double click on the sheet's name, and we're able to rename the sheet from sheet 1 to our desired name. A spreadsheet consists of several rows and columns. As you can see, this is a spreadsheet consisting of different rows and several columns. A particular row and column, just a one row and one column, like what I am clicking on the screen now, is called a cell. And one interesting thing about this cell is that on the name box we can see the name reference for this particular cell that is highlighted, and this usually consists of the column represented in alphabetical letters and the row represented in numbers. So this particular cell that is currently highlighted is B3, and you can always find it here in the name box. You can also use this name box to go to a particular cell. Let's say we want to go to E50. We will just type that into the name box and hit enter, and we can see our cell being highlighted here at E, column E, row 50. To go to the last column of this particular spreadsheet, you just have to press Ctrl right key or Command right key if you are using a MacBook, and you'll be able to see the very last column here. And if you want to see the last row, you just have to press Command down arrow key or Control and the down arrow key. It takes you to the very last cell of the spreadsheet. So for Google Sheets, we have columns A to Z and row numbers 1 to 1000. To go back to the very beginning, we have to use Control Command left arrow key to go to the beginning for a MacBook, but for Windows you just have to use your Control and your Home key.